LEGO finally did it. We had the small guys in the Speed Champions. This is the real deal. This is the Creator Expert 1967 Ford Mustang. Wow. Even though I am not entirely a petrolhead and do not know a whole lot about cars, I've always dreamt about having an old school classic Mustang. When I moved to the US about 4 years ago, a Mustang, possibly a newer one, was my top pick for a car to buy here, but unfortunately they are not very family oriented. After over 50 years, the Mustang still remains as one of the most iconic cars ever made. Introduced in 1962 as a concept car and then in 1964 in the design form that most of us now recognize, the legendary Pony, as it is nicknamed, took the hearts of car enthusiasts by storm. The absolute icon of a muscle car is produced to this day, and 6 generations later the number of produced Mustangs broke 10 million in 2018. But this is a LEGO set review, so let's not delve too much into the Stang's history, as we have the hottest LEGO car to talk about right now. The set was sent to us by the LEGO Group for the review, so thank you so much for that. In this review we will get into every single detail of this beautiful model, so expect a longer, thorough video. The set was designed by a team led by Creator Expert Senior Designer Mike Psiaki, one of our favorite LEGO designers who previously worked on several amazing sets, including the Creator Ferrari F40, the Volkswagen Beetle, the Carousel, the Creator Expert Diner, the James Bond Aston Martin DB5 just last year, and also the amazing LEGO Ideas NASA Apollo Saturn V, one of the greatest sets of all time in my opinion. Well, dreams of owning a real classic Mustang aside, let's take a closer look at the box. The Mustang is portrayed with what I believe is a Los Angeles Canals background. It is set number 10265. Inside the box you will find 1471 parts, and the age recommendation is 16+ as per usual Creator Expert set. On the back of the box all the features and customization options are visible, and it becomes clear that what we are dealing with here is actually a 2-in-1 model, and we will get into the detail of that later on. The manual itself is a hefty 210 pages book, with the introduction pages focused on the background of the legendary car. In all honesty, I always enjoy the set background parts of the manuals of Creator Expert and Idea sets, and this one is a great read with some fun facts about the Mustang development history and even the car chassis color history over the years. It's all very well written and presented, and for me, this one is a keeper. And now on to the elephant, or should I say the horse in the room. The car sure is an eye-catcher, just like the real Mustang was and continues to be to this day. The choice of a dark blue and white color combo with the impossible to omit racing stripe across the car, it's a printed one, just to be sure, is an absolute jackpot. And before I even get into the details of this set, I can personally say that this might be the best looking Creator car to date. That might be explained by my unfortunately biased approach because I really love Mustangs, or by the fact that it was no one else but Mike Psiaki who was assigned to work on this beauty. Or maybe both. Anyway, the set is very sturdy thanks to the Technic undercarriage and can easily be carried around and played with no risk of breaking anything off. It has some really wonderful shapes all around and a healthy mix of printed and stickered parts, and even some Easter eggs that I will be showing later as we go through the model. There are some new pieces that LEGO introduced in this one. We have the new 5-spoke wheel rims to match the Mustang's wheel look, and those also allow for the new steering system to fit inside the wheels, plus the visible brake plate is an extra touch on the looks. The roof and both doors have the new 2x8 bow brick elements, which were only available so far in the 1x8 form. As usual with the Creator cars, the set provides several license plates. The one on the car right now may be a reference to the famous World War II era American attack aircraft, the P-51 Mustang, which is sometimes even considered as the original namesake for the car instead of the actual Mustang horse type. The other plate, the yellow one, says the GT 1967 Michigan. I think it's like a collectible vintage car plate, and this one gives away the version of the Mustang that we have in this model. Other plates look like just road plates and actual ones. The only reference I found here that is explained in the manual is that the German plate is actually a real license plate that was owned by another LEGO designer, Adam Grabowski, of the Polish descent, who apparently built the early concept of this model, and I do not recognize any other plates. If you see some references here, please let me know in the comments section below. The front of the car looks superb. Simple yet complex if you look closely. It hosts some clever advanced building techniques to get that shape and the curves right, especially on the far left and the far right ends. It looks even better if you add the custom front chin spoiler with the great use of curved slope bricks for the performance version of the car. And this is by far my favorite look. The headlights with the extra lamps in the middle give that GT look. Please note that the normal version of the front usually had no middle reflectors. And we also have that grille badge in the form of a printed 1x3 tile with the pony or the Mustang iconic logo print. The wheel arches are brick built and wider than your usual car, with the excellent use of those dual split arch elements in dark blue for the mudguards. It all actually looks pretty great with those new rims and the road gripping tires with realistic thread. The hood itself has printed dark blue stripe elements on white 2x3, 2x4 tiles and also a 2x2 curved slope, along with the easily recognizable GT version scoop, which can also be taken out easily to fit in the brick-built supercharger. Another great feature to include, it turns the car into the real monster we often see in the movies featuring classic customized Mustangs. The supercharger is quite a solid block of bricks, it's very well built and looks great. It features that new T-plate together with the dark bluish grey mudguard arch pieces to achieve the desired look, and I actually love the fact how easy it is to swap the normal looking hood with the normal engine to the supercharged one. I also like how the hood feels a bit lower, a bit dipped in below the sideline of the car, thanks to the use of those dark blue cheese bricks on both sides that continue along the doors of the car. Now getting the hood up reveals the realistic, highly detailed engine, and now I am not a car expert at all or an engine aficionado, but quick research told me that this is a Ford FE 390 cubic inch or 6.4 liter V8 engine originally from Ford Thunderbird, and this one produced around 320 brake horsepower. We have quite an accurate sticker on the engine block, and there is a lot of cool details around the entire engine bay. I like that the battery block on the left side with the Technic cross pins represents the positive and negative battery terminals. There is also the radiator fan in the front with the sticker, along with the timing belt visible below in the form of a rubber piece. To the right is what appears to be a wiper fluid container, great use of that light blue color brick right here. The entire cylinder block has a few powered by Ford stickers, and it's all blue, just like the ones in those 1967 Mustangs, and there is the use of the horse laces piece for the cables. We even have one extra print on a 1x1 round tile with the pony logo for what appears to be the oil cap. Now moving to the side of the car, once again we can appreciate the printed slopes along with that custom bow brick with the GT print on both sides. And here is the spot where you can attach another custom element, the beefy exhaust pipes on both sides for the performance version of the car. Those are some extra look points for sure, and the doors actually have dark bluish grey door handles in the form of those 1x2 modified plate, and there's this iconic dip in the back thanks to the usage of that new 2x8 bow brick that works well with the actual wedge built into the chassis of the car around the rear wheel well. The opening mechanism of the car is super sturdy, well done with a clever use of double hinge connection, that simply rotates on a normal stud inside. This is just an ingenious design, no Technic usage here, so less frustration, right? The side mirrors are made using light bluish gray droid arms with some modified tiles with a pin and also a 1x2 jumper with some clear plate. I could not really think of better pieces to be used here given that unusual design of the classic Mustang side mirrors that were actually connected kind of inside the doors. The back section is mostly shaped by a long slope with a sticker for the ventilation port in the back of the car, and it all ends nicely in the rear trunk area behind that line of 2x4 curves in dark blue that create the hatchback look. Now onto the interior. This is quite a spacious place to be, and to get inside more easily you can remove the roof. The roof itself is a simple build, has some dark blue stripe prints on the white 2x4 tile and the 2x8 bow brick, the new one. And there is one Easter egg I found here in the form of the sticker on that rear view mirror. If I am correct, this must be the reference to the cult film of Bullitt, in which Steve McQueen in his 1968 Ford Mustang GT Fastback, which is by the way quite literally the not so old Speed Champion set, chases the 1968 Dodge Charger RT 440, the another legendary muscle car. A bit more geeky research told me that the car on the sticker must be actually a 1971 Dodge Charger given the headlights, because the film's 1968 version had an entirely different front. Anyway, geeky stuff aside, the interior gives you first of all a functioning steering wheel system. It works great with little to no friction, and the entire mechanism is a simple yet a clever build. It is all about a big cog below the car around the engine bay and a dual axle that goes in the new rims, again specifically designed to incorporate the elements of the new steering mechanism. The steering wheel position itself is not adjustable because of the steering mechanism, but that is actually not a big deal. It all works pretty great and is quite well hidden within the car. And on top of that we have a radio sticker inside, a shift-o-matic gearbox on a ratcheted connector, two dashboard clock prints for the dashboard, and movable tilting front seats. The rear seats can also be collapsed through the trunk, which is actually pretty cool. And what I am missing here are the driver's pedals for some reason, and maybe a glove compartment on the passenger side. There is definitely a lot of space for it. It would also be cool to have some sort of a mechanism to maybe move seats back and forth instead of tilting them, but I am probably asking for too much at this point. Now to the back of the car. Look at those tail lights. The vertical stripes for the backlights are probably more Mustangy than anything else. Instantly recognizable even for those who are not into cars at all, this element is consistent through all the years of Mustang versions, even when the fronts of every generation changed significantly. And the one thing that I do not really like here is the round 2x2 tile with the GT logo that is not a print but a sticker. Given the front logo print on the 1x3 and some other ones, this could have been easily a great print here, so I'm not really sure why LEGO did not go for it on this element. The rear exhaust pipes can be removed when you are using those side oversized ones for the custom version, and we also have a nicely built bumper and reverse lights. I actually love the use of the curve slope, inverted one in the lower section of the car, to accent that rear lower shape. Those are the same bricks that were used for the front chin spoiler to achieve another great curve. The trunk hatch itself can be fitted with the rear ducktail spoiler, another element for the custom performance version, and it definitely adds quite a bit of the looks. Now, looking into the trunk itself, I found a bit of a disappointment here. A lot of the Technic elements of the undercarriage and some mechanisms that I will show in a second are shining through, and it honestly does not look that good. I think given the space we have here, this area could have been easily closed off, and I'm not sure why it is like that. The model also comes with a nitrous oxide, or NOx for short, tank for the performance version that you can fit into the trunk and have fun with your Fast and Furious version of the Mustang. Now, going back to the holes in that trunk, they also point towards the rear axle mechanism of the car. You can actually adjust the height of the back with a little well-hidden round 2x2 brick under the rear of the car, and in the highest position of that mechanism you have yourself a drag version, a nitrous NOx enhanced Mustang that looks even more mean and aggressive than anything else in that set. How cool is that? And I think we went through everything that this wonderful model has to offer. Here's the final look on the normal and the entirely customized version of the model. Now to summarize, the customization includes 6 elements in total. There is the front chin spoiler, the supercharger, the side exhaust pipes, the rear ducktail wing or spoiler, the nitro tank in the back, and the change of the rear axle height. I am definitely keeping the customized look for display. This is the best one, I think, and this is an absolute beast of a car in this version. Now, what else can be said in this review? I think what we have here is a set that we all secretly awaited. A wonderful piece of a LEGO model the 1967 Mustang is, and I may actually be in love. This one here instantly became my favorite LEGO creator car to date. I mean, this and the Technic Bugatti Chiron now have a really special place in my heart and in my displays. Mike Psiaki and his team clearly outdone themselves on this one, and he sure can be proud of this amazing creation that just solidifies his position as an excellent creator car designer and makes him remain as one of my favorite LEGO designers to date. His DB5 from last year was quite superb, but the Mustang, in my opinion, is even better. Given the fact that this is not the first LEGO Mustang, it is one I was eagerly awaiting for, and now that I have it here, I couldn't be happier. Truly a masterpiece, in my opinion, of a build and a gem in our collection for sure. And that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this longer and detailed review. I hope you enjoyed my view on the 1967 Ford Mustang, and even if it was biased a bit given my weak point towards those wonderful cars, I hope that I've given some solid points and all the details required to show you this car in full. If you enjoyed this video, you can always leave a like below and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and you can also click the bell button for notifications on our upcoming videos. Check out our other videos as well. Thank you so much for watching again. It was Mike, and I'll see you next time on Brick Vault. Hey, thanks for watching this video. As always, you can leave a like and subscribe. And also, if you want to support our channel, you can head over to our web store at www.brickvault.toys. You can find awesome models there. All these guys that I have on the table are available in the forms of instructions and parts lists. Every purchase you make supports our channel and also the designers that are working with us on those amazing models. So consider doing that. Thanks so much, and it was Mike. I'll see you again on Brick Vault.